Like pixels on a screen, these are the games of our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2015 year in review. I'm wearing a tuxedo. Mike's wearing a tuxedo. This is the games of our lives. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great. I have to admit, I was expecting maybe 20% more Wookiee in the opening.
Well, I mean, you got to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You don't necessarily know that there is a Wookiee in Star Wars Episode 7, The
Oh
Force
yeah,
Reawakens itself.
you'd hate to be a spoiler.
Right. I mean, I don't want to get a fatwa put on me.
Although, if you are currently on YouTube and have not yet seen the movie, congratulations on playing with fire.
Yeah, seriously.
You
It's
really have no one to blame but yourself, I think.
Yeah, at this point, right. So I think this episode we'll be talking a little bit about our favorite games of the last year and what we're looking forward to in the coming year. So, Mike, why don't you rattle off one of the items from your list?
All right, so this is in no particular order here. Pretty much, I think our only limit was it had to come out this year.
Yeah, we tried to do that. I went through and started listing games and then removed those that were not released this year until I had
Yeah.
at least 5. So
No, that's pretty much. I went through the same thing, and I'm kind of amazed because there was a Zelda game I could have sworn. I'm like, this must have come out somewhat recent, and then you look it up, and it was like 2013.
oops.
I am very behind. But all right, I'll start off with maybe my favorite. Not that these are in any particular order, but Splatoon.
Okay.
And it's they're still running commercials for it. It still seems going strong. The I'll say their strategy to kind of slow roll content seems to be working. I mean, there's a lot of people on.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean they're still putting out stuff for it, aren't they?
yeah, no, definitely. I mean, they're still putting out weapons and maps and game modes. And usually, because a lot of these games they'll lag, and then Christmas they'll get a bump, and they'll be good maybe for another month, and then people get sick of it. But I mean, you can start a game now, and the wait times aren't certainly longer than they used to be, and it's the in terms of levels and matchmaking, it's pretty solid. It's
Cool.
kind of impressive.
Yeah, that's a total like completely unexpected thing from Nintendo to put out a both a competent and long-lasting first-person
Yeah,
shooter.
well supported online. I mean, don't get
Third
me wrong, it
person.
has its problems, but you know, I would say pretty well supported community. No, it's just a ton of fun. Still a blast. Still probably playing with mostly 8-year-olds
Yeah.
because I'm not that good at the game.
Right, right. Are
But
you
you know what?
playing the
You
ranked
don't know they're
modes
eight year
or
olds. Yeah. I'm going into ranked, and it's I don't know if I like them quite as much, but they're definitely good to break up the monotony. From when you get tired of the general turf wars mode.
Mhm.
Pretty much it's there's a straight up kind of capture the flag push mode where the flag is like a super weapon, and so as soon as you pick it up, you're on everyone's radar and you're trying to get to the enemy space. Uh, that's pretty fun. And then there's a King of the Hill mode that I don't like quite as much, but it's still enjoyable.
Okay.
But all right, let's hear one from
Let's
yours.
flip it over here. So, I think, and I speak for both us when I say our lists will probably be a little esoteric. I know in preparation for this recording, I went through a lot of websites and blogs, top 10 lists, and realized, oh, I've not really played any of these games.
No, that's
Stuff
true.
like Bloodborne and The Witcher and Metal Gear Solid, not even touched. So
I mean, if you've gone this far down the video game rabbit hole, though, I don't know if you need validation that Witcher 3 is a good game.
I guess you already know that at some point, right? So in that vein, let's talk about Fallout 4. It's probably it's one of my 5 favorite games of this
Hmm.
year. It's from an indie studio called Bethesda.
Oh, it
Uh,
must be British or something.
yeah. No, I've dumped close to 150 hours into Fallout 4 already.
That's a
And
nice amount.
yeah,
One character.
it yes, one character. I started with character, played for a couple hours, then started a new character. But yeah, pretty much all one character. It. I guess I didn't realize that I wanted more Fallout in my life that badly because I keep going back to it.
Like a rat away directly to the veins.
Yeah.
You needed it.
Yeah. No, and this is before I don't know if they've got they've been selling a season pass for it, but they've not talked about what the DLC will be. If it's anything like the Fallout series DLC from the past, it should be pretty good because those are often the best parts of those games. So looking forward to it, and I'm at turning points in the story. So I'm getting fairly close to the end, I think.
I was gonna say, that's 150 hours without beating it. Not that you
Yeah.
couldn't.
Well, I probably could have. I probably could have gone through and mainlined the story in a couple more hours, but
Is there a limit cap?
no, I'm
Level
nowhere
cap.
even close to capping on any of the on the way that the perk system is going, and the leveling is fairly smooth. I don't think that they scale. They have their scaling system for scaling monster enemy difficulty rather. It all seems to be like experience rewards scale with your level fairly well, so you never really feel like you're in a rut. It might take a little longer to level up, but it doesn't feel slow.
All right, that's good. Yeah,
And
so
I'm like level
those,
70.
like you get strong enough to just be in stealth, like directly in your face.
Yeah.
Just be in stealth and sneak attack everyone in the face.
Right. And there are, there are modifiers to everything, and the crafting system is extensive. But yeah, I've been just dumping time into that. So, Michael, what's next for you?
All right. So this is came out pretty recently. Might be on your list as well, but galak-z.
Yeah.
Actually, I did beat it. At least what's out now.
Wow, all 5 chapters?
No, there are not 5 chapters. There are only 4.
Really?
The 5th says coming soon.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to come out with the PC release.
I thought so too. I don't know, maybe it was an update or something. I was a little surprised when it just said coming soon. I thought maybe that was the name of the next chapter, and I tried clicking it and it wouldn't let me.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, no, you're way farther than I ever got. So
it was a little bit of a bummer because I thought there was a little bit more. But still put a decent amount of time into it. Still has some of the, I think, difficulty curve problems. But I kind of the more time I get into it, the more all right I can actually figure out how to do it. Sometimes you will put like 15 minutes into a mission and then do something dumb and you will die.
Yeah.
And that's always a little frustrating, but that's kind of part of the game. I didn't try they have the arcade mode, I think, where you don't really get continues. Like if you die, you restart the whole chapter.
Yeah.
That just seems kind of needlessly sadistic to me.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm really not interested in that at all. But I enjoyed it a lot. Hopefully they keep putting out those chapters. I mean, we'll see. At least I would go back to the 5th one, because it is kind of a story cliffhanger where it ends.
Yeah, no, I've not put any more time into it, but I keep meaning to go back. But I feel like I'm gonna pretty much have to start over and relearn it as I go and try to push through it in one sit.
I mean, the good news is that pretty much you're going to start a new chapter, and it's basically like you're starting the game over anyway. I mean, they clear out all your upgrades and stuff.
Right.
So pretty much what I ended up doing was I always kind of built towards the same build, so I never really learned how to play it differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's they probably want you to be more creative based on what upgrades are available, but it just so happened that I would die until I would get the upgrades I was used to.
Right. Okay.
and then I could beat it. But yeah, so it's kind of a mixture of disappointment and relief. So like, oh, I can play other games now.
Yes, there you go. Until chapter 5 comes out.
Yeah, exactly. And right before the Steam sale, lucky me.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good timing on that.
All right, Chris. So, what's next on your list?
Another game that I put an inordinate amount of time into this year was Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which did come out this year in
Oh,
February.
okay. Ooh, right
I
under the
was
wire.
relieved. Yeah. um, in you know, in any other year, the Monster Hunter game wouldn't really matter because it's just another iteration on the same game. But since I had never played one before, it really stuck out to me. So they made a fan for life, and I'll probably be playing whatever they continue to put out in the future. As far as I can tell, 4 is nothing special, but since I had never played it before, it was special to me.
Oh, you know what the Soviet Russia Monster Hunter is like?
The monster hunts you.
No, it's the same game. It's just in Russian. Why would you say that?
Oh, you got me. You got
Oh,
me.
classic Yakov Smirnov humor.
The reverse Yakov, we call
Yes,
that.
the reverse Yakov Smirnov.
All right.
This is
What's next, Mike?
uh, all right. So next on my list, I have Forza 6.
Oh.
Which yeah, it's a little bit. I wasn't usually. I'm not super into the Gran Turismo semi-realistic. I did play the hell out of Forza Horizon 1
Yes.
and 2. Now I think about it.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure, but I did kind of put a decent amount of time into this one, and I like it a lot. I mean, it's I have to admit, if it's I don't necessarily like playing with friends because it's embarrassing how much I do rely on the reverse.
Mm-hmm.
The ability in Forza
The
to go
time
back.
reversal. Yeah.
Yeah, and I shouldn't. But I don't know. I just have this aversion to like, oh, if I put 10 minutes into a race and I do something really dumb, I've mostly weaned myself off, but it's so rare that because they give you the option to turn off modifiers,
Right.
and then the money you earn will go up. So it's kind of a neat system to encourage you to increase the difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like, oh, I'm a really good driver, and then I turn off traction control, and it's like I have no idea how this game works.
I don't know how cars is.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, oh, I am entirely dependent on computer assisted driving.
Yeah, I've heard that it's a pretty good demonstrator of next gen capability because it looks pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's not like the deepest. I mean, generally, once you kind of get, oh, I'm gonna get this car and drive fast, but I mean, I guess I've just ruined every racing game by bringing it down to that formula, though.
Yeah, but does it have the ability, like a Gran Turismo game, to do a 30-hour endurance race
Oh God, I
where
hope
you
not.
drive for 30 real hours?
Oh no,
Because the Gran Turismo games let you do that.
I don't know. Gran Turismo, I kind of think of as the developer hates the people who plays it.
I think
Like, they
they
love
hate
cars.
themselves because
They
they
love
take
cars,
7
yeah.
years to come out.
No, that's true. It's like such a weird relationship.
Yeah. Oh man. No, I
Oh, no,
really
I feel
enjoyed
less guilty.
Forza Horizon, so I'm glad that they're still doing their thing.
Yeah, I'll say if Forza Horizon 3 comes out, I'll probably jump on that too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what's next on your list?
Up next, a game that did technically come out this year, Heroes of the Storm.
Ooh.
In the last 2 years or so, I'd been getting marginally into MOBAs, and Heroes of the Storm is a good one of those that I can play and be pretty good at and not really care about my performance in because the matches last 15 minutes or so, and it's fun to play. So it's a good MOBA, and it's free to play, and it's fun.
This is a little bit off top, but did you get a commercial for the Blizzard Overwatch before Star Wars?
No.
Oh, okay. I was wondering because in my theater there was I don't know if it was a commercial or a trailer. It was right on the edge of where they run both,
Huh.
and I was like, is this? I recognized it fairly quickly, and I'm like, is this what I think it is?
We had a Halo commercial.
Oh no, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. I wonder if they just have a designated video spot.
It's probably by
sold.
theater chain
Oh, that's probably true. Yeah.
because each chain has their own pre-roll stuff.
All right, so it probably was. Yeah, so it probably wasn't an official trailer then. It was probably just a commercial.
A commercial? Did you Did you really just shorten commercial to commersh?
No, I think mumble cut out, but
Well,
we can adopt that now.
the editing will out.
I believe I enunciated the entire word, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
It sounds like good. Like if we worked in PR,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, how do we commercialize the merchandise? I got
It's a
it.
real synergy of our energies.
Well, I was thinking, how much? Imagine if your job is kind of publicity for the new Star Wars movie. How that's maybe the easiest job in the world.
Well, I don't know. The dude came up with Star Wars apples, so
Oh, I saw Star Wars grapes. No, but I'm just thinking not even just Star Wars movies in general, but I mean they have someone in charge of like movie. Like I've seen a couple commercials, and maybe I don't watch too much TV. Uh, but I feel like you can run one commercial. It can be 5 seconds. It's like, hey, Star Wars out, and everyone's like, oh shit, Star Wars.
maybe I don't know. I guess it's like Coke, where they have to keep their advertising because they don't want people to forget about them.
No, I mean it's not. I mean, granted, it's not. Certainly, in terms of merchandising, there is 80 billion products. I
Yeah.
was thinking like specifically like billboards, ad buys. Like they don't need them.
Man, yeah, probably not.
All right, I think I'm up next, right?
Yes, you're up next.
All right, so another game which did come out earlier this year, which I was very relieved, is Hand of Fate,
Hmm.
which is that. I mean, I really enjoyed that game. If I had to call it one word, it would maybe be janky.
Ah,
I don't know if that's really a technical term, but
it is now. I think it's in the lexicon.
oh, okay, good. But it's just it's a simple game. It kind of knows what it's trying to be. It's not trying to add on too many other mechanisms. I did have a problem in that I never beat it. I got to last level and it was insane. And when I was googling it, turns out they had a card that made the last level too easy, and they took it out, and now I can't beat it.
Oh,
So I guess basically they had a card. Pretty much before the last thing, they give you curses, and there was a card that totally reset everything, including what curses you had.
uh-huh.
And they just removed it because basically it meant you would just play the last level until that event came up, and then it wasn't that hard.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe I saw they have I think they had a free content edition. I haven't gone back and played it yet. Maybe they've kind of rebalanced it a little. Maybe I can actually beat it. That would be exciting.
Yeah,
I put a
put
lot
it
of
on.
time into it. I mean, this wasn't like I tried it once or twice. I tried a lot of times and got very close, but could not beat it.
It's your New Year's resolution.
Oh no! I just don't bring. I'm almost afraid to reload it. I'm like, oh no, I have too much other
I've
stuff.
been out the game for too long.
Yeah, they keep pulling me back. All right, Chris, what's next on yours?
All right, number 4 for me is gonna be Cities Skylines, which is the best SimCity game since SimCity 4, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the SimCity game was utter crap. So City Skylines really capitalized on the capability gap, if you will, that EA was not able to expound upon, and they snuck in there with a great product that looks good, and does everything that you want it to do.
So which
not
one?
much.
SimCity 4, was that 2 SimCities ago?
Yeah, I think well, let's see. So, yeah, I think SimCity 4 was the last, was 2 proper SimCities ago. Yeah.
And I assume it does not require always on internet connectivity.
No, it specifically does not, in fact.
Wow.
And they just they put out an expansion for it recently, I believe, which adds nighttime, I guess, because it's all in the daytime usually, normally. But yeah,
is Red Light District its own building zone?
No, it is not.
Lame.
There's a lot of there's a lot of things that were in classic SimCity games that did not carry over, but it's all not stuff that you don't necessarily want to have like disasters
Okay.
and stuff like that, and military and that sort of thing, and physically deploying fire departments and police, which was weird.
Damn it, EA. When will they finally fill the much needed X-rated city building simulator that the consumers are crying out for?
And you're clearly not on the right parts of the dark web.
Oh God, that is intentional.
But yeah, I mean it's got full mod support, so like the game is practically limitless.
All right, great. So
What your what this is 5. This will
yeah,
be the last one.
This one I'm cheating on this one though,
Okay.
because the fifth one is kind of a tie between two games. I kind of want to that came out early access, and I although their official release was this year, and I kind of want to go back, and it's Darkest Dungeon and Cryptid the Necrodancer.
Okay. Yeah, those
both
technically
games
did come out this year.
Yeah, both. I mean, so both games came out and I had fun, but I kind of hit my enjoyment level quick.
Mm-hmm.
Both for different reasons. Darkest Dungeon, I kind of hit this difficulty curve. I kind of went back and I actually read how systems work, and it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it's funny about that.
I was very confused, and I don't know because they have a tutorial, and I really don't know if I wasn't paying attention or not. I kind of want to go back and just play the tutorial and figure out, like, am I stupid? Don't answer that, please. But a friend of mine, Albert, he stuck with the game, and I watched him play it, and I was like, oh my God, this looks like a much more complete experience than what I was getting out of it. So I do want to go back to that in 2016.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check that out.
Yeah, and Cryptid Necrodancer is kind of, I wasn't sure. I beat it with on easy mode with the bard. I think is the one that you don't have to actually hit on the notes.
Mm-hmm.
And like a coward, I kind of figured I was okay. And then I tried going back and I get normal, but I don't know. I do kind of want to see if I can actually beat that game. I think it did hit full release fairly recently. Because I know there was some unfinished stuff the last time I played it. And just it's a ton of fun. It's maybe like one of the weirder games to explain to people.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's the way one would describe it is, I think, DDR roguelike.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty.
And it's kind of hard to imagine that without seeing it in action.
No, that's true. But those are my 4.5 and 5 games of the year.
Okay.
What's your last one, Chris?
Let's see. I got a couple that I can choose from. So,
So you should cheat like I did.
Okay. I will cheat like you did and say that mine is Nuclear Throne.
Oh, okay.
Because that is a game that's been in early access since the 1700s and is finally out officially as of last week. So yeah, now that it's out for good, Nuclear Throne, I really want to sit down and spend some time with it, unlock all the characters the right way, and try to make it past the fourth world, which is about as far as I get.
I'm trying to think. I looped once, but it was before. It might have been before they added the fourth world.
Oh, harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, a lot of changes have been made since I really started playing that game. So
all right, I guess I should go back to that as well then.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So now that we have talked about our 5+ favorite games of the year, Michael, do you have any big things that are coming supposedly in 2016 that you're looking forward to?
Oh yeah, I think I'm intrigued by XCOM 2. I did play the hell out of I almost said the original. Well, it's true. I did play the hell out of the original, and then the semi-recent remake. I don't know how much is going to change from it, but kind of curious about that. There is, I think it's on the calendar. There's the next Mass Effect game. I think I as much as I want to be a curmudgeon and say never again, I have a feeling that enough time has passed that as soon as they show like this time, you can pick up an alien with purple energy, I can be like, ooh, it's purple. and I'll probably end up right back in that. The I guess the last one I'll say is and this is I'm a little confused by it, but the next Fire Emblem comes out next year.
It comes out in February, in fact.
Yeah, pretty soon. And there's like 3 versions of it.
Yeah,
no, there's 2 versions.
Two versions of it.
There's
It's
2
like
versions, yeah.
it's like Pokemon, where they are very, very slightly different between them, which is kind of bullshit if you ask me.
I'm kind of looking forward to it, kind of like, what the hell? I don't really want to play this game twice.
Yeah, I think we may have talked about this in an earlier
Oh, we probably
podcast,
have,
but
Oh,
in a
that's right,
game
you
like
did. We went through
Pokemon
it.
where it's collection based, it's fine. It's kind of a cash grab. But in a narrative driven game where in order to get the full story you gotta drop enough money for 2 versions is really
Yeah,
is not
that's
I'm
kinda
not
bogus.
happy with it.
On the plus side, Fire Emblem story is usually really dumb, so I
Yeah,
don't think I'll miss
it's
much.
pretty anime as fuck, so
Yeah, say generally, you're some kind of royalty who something gets taken from you, and you need to kill a lot of people. And for some reason, massive wars between kingdoms come down to like 8 dudes fighting, maybe like 15 dudes.
well we work for the DoD, that's how it works.
Oh, that's how all combat really comes down.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
turn
how come
based.
no one in the Republican debate that I will send our strongest squad to beat ISIS in tactical turn-based combat?
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, on my part, definitely XCOM 2. Supposedly that's February. Also supposedly coming out next year is Dark Souls 3, which I'm down for, and as well as Persona 5. That's on the slate, but I don't know that that'll necessarily happen because that's a huge game. And No Man's Sky is technically supposed to come out in April.
That's true.
Though I doubt it since that game is massive. So that those 3 games will keep me going until
And that
they
doesn't.
come
I would
out.
say is Star Citizen supposed to come out next year?
Yes, their single player component is supposed to.
Okay.
They just had a big update. I have been meaning to check it out, and they also just crossed the $100 million crowdfunding thing.
Oh,
They've
congratulations!
raised $100 million. Yes, congratulations to me,
Good for
a
them.
guy that gave them 150. Yeah, so I've been meaning to check that out. I might do a video on that when I get that downloaded. But yeah, I think that, it's the end of the year. Not a whole lot's going on. I think that's going to do it for us for this year. Michael, thank you for coming with me on this journey through our collective past.
Oh, always a pleasure.
And thank you for listening, everyone. If you enjoy the show, go ahead and spread us around. That's the only way that we can grow the audience. And come on back in 2 weeks, next year rather, for another episode of the Games of Our Lives. Bye-bye. The paper towels that they have in our bathrooms are like cardboard, basically.
I'm sure we have the same towels.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. You've got them army surplus towels.
Yeah, right.
We're in the Navy, so it's waterproof. The towels are
The
waterproof.
paper towels are waterproof. You can never actually dry your hands. It just repels the water back on.
Yeah, you're really just wiping the water off.